Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to be talking about ions, molecules, and compounds. So what are ions? Ions are basically atoms that have given up or gained an electron in their outer or valence shell. So why is this so important? The desire or the goal of every atom is to have a complete outer shell that we also call a valence shell. And what number is that? That's going to be 8. Every atom wants, desires, its goal is to complete its outer shell, and that special number is to have 8 electrons in its outer shell. As we can see here, sodium only has 1. 1 is so far away from 8. It's going to need 7 electrons donated, and instead of it looking for that 7, sodium decides to donate an electron, the 1 electron, so that it can get rid of its third shell and then have a complete second shell. And we can see it here. So we are going to say that because sodium has lost an electron, we're going to give it a positive symbol. So someone might say, why would you give it a positive symbol if it has lost an electron? Shouldn't it be negative? Think of it this way. When you do something good, something generous, you're donating, you're actually doing something positive, right? So that's why we're giving sodium a positive symbol here. If sodium had gained an electron, we're actually going to give it a negative symbol. Next slide. What are molecules? Molecules are formed when atoms share their electrons. Sometimes they cannot donate it. They prefer to share an electron. So we can see here, this is an oxygen atom, another oxygen atom, and when they come together, we call it a molecule. So, and here we're going to see that actually the oxygen we breathe in is not an oxygen atom. It's actually an oxygen molecule. Another clue about molecule is that they have to be the same. So oxygen and oxygen, or hydrogen and hydrogen, or carbon and carbon. All right. So in order for us to call that a molecule, they have to be of the same element. The number that we're seeing here, for example, 2 in oxygen, this is the number of each element, the number of atoms of each element. So for example, we're going to have H2 or O2. So what is a compound? A compound is a specific molecule that has 2 or more different kinds of atoms bonded together. So in the previous slide, I talked about molecules being, for example, O2 or H2, hydrogen, 2 hydrogen atoms joined together. However, in order for us to call it a compound, we have to have different atoms bonded together. So an example here would be glucose. Glucose is C6H12O6, which is 6 carbon atoms, 12 hydrogen atoms, 6 oxygen atoms. And another example is water, which is H2O. We all know what H2O is. We have 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom. The carbon dioxide we exhale, that's in our blood, we are going to see it have 1 carbon atom and 2 oxygen atoms. So that concludes the review on ions, molecules, and compounds. Thank you.